She was at a crowded dinner party, surrounded by voices and laughter. Everyone was talking, but she felt a quiet exhaustion. The next morning was different. A quiet cafe, one close friend, and a laugh that felt completely natural. She had fewer friends than she did 20 years ago, and somehow, she was happier. Can having fewer relationships sometimes improve emotional well-being? The answer isn't about becoming antisocial. It's about understanding what your mind actually needs from other people. It's about quality, not quantity. Think about the stages of your life: school, college, career, parenthood. Each brought a new circle of people. Some friendships simply fade. This doesn't mean something has gone wrong. Join us in the next part as we explore the beauty of a smaller circle. Imagine a large party, dozens of faces, hundreds of words. Now imagine one single quiet conversation. There is a profound difference between a large network and a meaningful one. Emotional intimacy requires time, trust, and deep attention. It's not something that can be spread across 100 casual acquaintances. Who is the person you call when you don't need advice, but simply someone who understands? Finding that answer usually requires a smaller circle. As we mature, our perspective on time shifts. We become more aware that our days are a finite resource. This awareness changes everything. Instead of social approval or status, we begin to seek meaningful experiences and emotional satisfaction in the present moment. We stop looking for more and start looking for better. We stop chasing a crowd and start cherishing the few. Because when time is precious, we only want to spend it with those who truly know our hearts. Join us next for part 3. As we get older, we realize that not every connection adds value to our lives. Some friendships become exhausting. Constant conflict or a lack of reciprocity can drain our emotional energy. Healthy boundaries aren't about being unkind. They're about protection. It's worth performing a simple audit. Ask yourself, who makes me feel more like myself? And who can I be truly honest with? Who do I genuinely enjoy helping? And who respects the boundaries I set for my own peace? Finally, ask this: who would I genuinely miss if they disappeared from my life tomorrow? We shouldn't abruptly cut people off, but we should invest more deeply in the relationships that are reciprocal and meaningful, because protecting your peace is the first step toward lasting happiness. Next, we'll look at the difference between solitude and loneliness. Solitude is not the same as loneliness. For many, it is a chosen and restorative state, a time to reconnect with oneself. Loneliness, however, is different. It is the painful feeling of lacking meaningful connection, a hunger that isn't being met. A person can be alone without being lonely. Solitude can be a sanctuary, a place where the mind finds its balance. Crucially, a person can also be surrounded by people and feel deeply lonely. Presence does not always equal connection. Learning to enjoy one's own company is a profound emotional strength. It reduces the pressure to maintain unfulfilling relationships. In solitude, we find the space to listen to our own hearts, rather than the noise of the world. Next, we'll see what happens when we embrace a smaller circle and discover the beauty of the cherished few. A meaningful social life doesn't have to be large enough to impress anyone. It only needs to be meaningful enough to matter. These are the people who know your stories. They notice when you're missing. They know your heart, not just your name. When we stop chasing unnecessary social approval, we find more space for what truly nourishes us. Space for family, space for nature, for exercise, and for quiet reflection. The world becomes a bit slower and a lot clearer. We discover the joy of creativity and the thrill of learning something new, simply for the sake of the experience itself. We invest our time in deep friendships that provide genuine satisfaction rather than just social status. Because in the end, it's not the quantity of our friends that defines our happiness, but the quality of our connections. Stay tuned for our final ending. We return to where we began. But this time the crowd is gone, the phones are put away, and the exhaustion has been replaced by peace. Growing older doesn't always mean losing people. It's a natural refining process of the soul. Sometimes it means finally discovering which people were truly worth keeping close all along. You don't need 100 people who simply know your name. That's a hollow kind of popularity. You need a few people who truly know your heart, people who understand your silence as much as your words. Because in the end, living better isn't about how much we have, but who we share it with. This is golden wisdom. growing older, living better.